pandemic has exposed us. But how? Right now, in the middle of this pandemic, we are witnessing a lot of pain and loss. It can be tricky to see clearly with all of this happening around us, so let's take a step back. What's the big picture? Well, it isn't a good one. The human death toll is still rising, and with it, the number of non-human animals who are meeting such terrible ends as the situation worsens. Supply and demand chains are straining, and what is surfacing are accounts of animals within the animal exploitation system being killed and discarded like rubbish. Videos have emerged showing animals being dumped into mass graves and buried alive. We're learning that the UK fishing industry plans to kill thousands soon. All are sentient individuals who want to live, yet our system will not let that happen, especially during this pandemic. But the cracks in the system that exploits animals are beginning to show. These videos show that violence is inherent in the animal agriculture industry. Its continuation puts all sentient life on Earth at unnecessary risk. Out of our exploitation of animals has sprung many zoonotic diseases, including SARS, MERS, BSE, HIV, Ebola, and others. Even now, African swine fever cases are again on the rise, from Poland to China to its appearance in India for the first time. These so often result in widespread mass killings of animals, such as the recent 18,000 chickens killed after a bird flu outbreak. However, it is not only zoonotic diseases that put humans at risk, but also antibiotic resistance. Up to 80% of antibiotics around the world are fed to farmed animals. Antibiotic resistance is one of the biggest threats to global health, with experts predicting that it will kill 10 million humans each year by 2050. With all of this taken into account, how on earth can it be justified for humans to continue down this violent path? It is one that does not have to end with something worse that wipes out all humans. It is a path we can begin to change today. But there's a problem. We are all paying for it to continue. The taxpayers' money is being spent on bailing out exploitation. Animal agriculture is largely propped up by subsidies from the government, and when there's a crisis like this, huge bailouts are guaranteed. Currently, many sectors of the industry have attempted to pressure the government to get these bailouts. Let's be clear what they're asking for. They want taxpayer money to be spent on propping up a system based upon violating non-human animals. The UK dairy industry is getting paid up to £10,000 per farmer, as well as benefiting from a new £1 million advertisement campaign during this pandemic. This comes at a time when the industry was threatening to kill 80,000 dairy cows and pouring thousands of litres of milk down drains. The UK fishing industry has confirmed a £10 million bailout already. In the US, there has been a $19 billion bailout for farmers also confirmed. This comes at a time when slaughterhouses are shutting down and vast numbers of slaughterhouse workers are getting coronavirus. We need to reassess and decide what we want to be paying for. The time for us to act is now. We must pressure the government to only hand over funding if these industries are willing to transition to less destructive and more respectful food production. What would that look like? It would mean an end to animal exploitation and a push for an innovative plant-based farming system, one that works in harmony with its environment and with all sentient life. Multiple animal rights organisations are pushing for the government to do this vital work. We all must join together in doing so too. It is the only solution that will have real and positive change for all beings. Let's stop the subsidies propping up an industry that has been failing for years. Let's no longer force taxpayers to fund violence that isn't just unnecessary, but is leading humanity to its final days from pandemic viruses, antibiotic-resistant bacteria, and environmental destruction. We must stop consuming animal products. Join us now in asking George Eustace, the UK Environmental Secretary, to stop bailing out these industries unless they change. Ask him to support plant farmers and support sanctuaries. Sign the letter and take action now.